Hello, what's up? Once again, this is Ali, and today we are going to share an amazing emulator that we can use to play PS2 games on our mobile devices. Well, actually, this has been available for download for around a year now. I was just not taking this seriously because I still prefer my PS2 games either on the PS3 or on the PS2 itself. But I was actually surprised when I tested this emulator and saw how easy to set this up and the compatibility it has for the PS2 games. It just runs so smoothly with very little things to set it up to get it started. On this video, we'll just cover the very basic stuff to get this emulator going. But for this video, we are going to need a BIOS that I won't be able to provide the link, but a simple Google search will definitely do the job. Let us go ahead with our video and play some PS2 games. Before we go to our phone, let us first take care of the things we need so that we can play our games. First are the BIOS. Again, I won't be able to provide the link for this, but it is so easy to find one of these. Just Google them, and I would suggest using this BIOS SCPH1 or 10,000. I don't know if there is some compatibility or there is a bearing regarding the BIOS that you will use for the compatibility of the games, but so far I have had no problem with any of my games using this BIOS. And for the games, what we need are the ISO. These are the games that I have prepared, so you don't have to put them on a specific folder. The program or the emulator will just search for the files it needs on our phone. So once we have our BIOS and our games, let us go ahead and download our emulator. Open your Play Store and search for eStar SX2. I already have this installed, but for the benefit of this video, I'll just go ahead and uninstall this and reinstall from scratch. And after the installation, you'll have to go through the initial setup, and there is a facts section here where you don't have to run through them. But if you want to know more about the emulator, there's a lot of important stuff here that will help you optimize your game. Click on next once you're satisfied. Then on the aspect ratio, I would recommend using the simple widescreen to lessen the load on your phone's hardware. But you may also increase the upscaling if you are confident enough with your phone. Next is the BIOS. The emulator won't work without one, and we have to locate it in our phone. Then the game directories. We'll just have to locate its folder for the emulator can scan it. We can actually use the whole storage of our phone, but since I have them on this folder, then I'll just choose this. Hit on finish, then the program will scan for all the games on your directory. Now before we go and load our games, let us first have a last visit on our configuration. To go to the settings, click on the upper left part of the screen and app settings, general settings, emulation screen orientation, then turn this to sensor based so it'll be easier to switch between portrait and landscape. Then scroll down, and I would recommend turning on these settings at first to check the status of your games while running. Though it will populate a small part of your screen, but this will give you an idea if you need to tone down your games or if you can boost it up. Then on the controller settings, touchscreen, you may want to use a single analog pad so that your controller layout won't overpopulate your screen. And if you are bad at touchscreen controls, pretty much like me, I would strongly recommend turning on vibrate on press. It will make it easier to recognize where the buttons are and commit them to your muscle memory. Now let us load our game. The program will automatically format a virtual memory card so you won't have to worry about saving your game. Just load your game and enjoy. These are the minimum stuff we need to get our PS2 games working with Acer SX2. We'll have a separate video how we can further improve our gaming experience with some settings. Now, if you want to enter the configuration in-game, just click on the plus icon on the upper right part of the screen. Here you can change your configuration and make it look cleaner. And you may also change your gamepad depending on your preference. And so this is it. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe. And again, this is Ali, and see you on our next video. Bye bye.